There's something about you. You've always known it. Even when you try to blend in, you feel the shift in the room when you walk in. People notice, but they don't always know why. Some are drawn to you instantly, like they can't help it. Others pull away, uncomfortable, as if your presence alone is too much, and maybe you've questioned it, wondered why relationships feel intense, why strangers either open up to you or avoid you. But deep down, you know, your aura is different, strong, and it doesn't just exist, it moves people, disturbs them, challenges them, even when you're silent. Especially then, stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand why your energy feels so heavy, so powerful. You'll see the 13 signs that you are not just different, but that your presence alone shifts energy. And this isn't spiritual fluff. This is backed by some of the deepest psychological truths that Carl Jung, one of the fathers of modern psychology, spent his life uncovering. Now, let's get this straight. When we talk about aura, we're not just talking about colors or mysticism. We're talking about your psychological field, your energy, the way your unconscious mind projects itself into the world. Jung called this your shadow, the unseen parts of yourself. But here's the twist. When you've done shadow work, when you start integrating what most people avoid, you don't just become better, you become powerful. Unconsciously, people can feel that, and not everyone can handle it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been told you're too intense, that you take things too seriously, that you see through people too easily? That's not a flaw, that's a sign. People who carry powerful energy don't play in the shallow end of life. They crave depth, and their aura reflects that. Now, let's break it down. Sign number 1. People project onto you constantly. They blame you for things you didn't do. They misinterpret your silence. Why? Because your presence triggers something in them. Jung said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. But most people don't want that understanding. So when they feel unsettled around you, they make it about you, not realizing it's their own unresolved parts you've stirred. Sign number 2. You attract emotional dumping. Strangers open up to you, friends come to you with their darkest secrets, and you wonder, why me? Because on some level, your energy feels safe, grounded, like you can hold space for what they can't carry. But this isn't always a blessing. It's exhausting too. Sign number 3. You make people nervous without trying. You've seen it. The fidgeting, the forced laughter, the subtle glances. It's not always dislike. Sometimes it's that they feel seen in ways they're not ready for. Now, before we go further, let me tell you what Carl Jung believed. He said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Your aura doesn't just exist. It transforms people, sometimes gently, sometimes like a storm, and that's why your path is different. Sign number 4. You can't stand small talk. It's not that you're rude or antisocial. It's just that surface-level conversations drain you. You crave realness, depth. You want to know what moves people, what they fear, what they love, not just what they watched on TV last night. And when you try to play along, you feel like you're shrinking, like you're wearing a mask that doesn't fit. People feel that. They feel your craving for something deeper, even if they can't name it. And sometimes it scares them. Sign number 5. People either love you or dislike you. There's no middle ground. You rarely get lukewarm reactions. You walk into a space and it's like your energy demands people make a choice. Stay or leave, open or close, because you don't just enter a room, you shift it. And here's what Jung said that explains this perfectly. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Your aura pulls people closer to their truth, and not everyone is ready for that. Sign number 6. Animals and children notice you. They either approach with curiosity or stay back, but they notice. Why? Because they don't have filters like adults. They respond to energy, not appearances. And your energy? It speaks loud, even when you don't. Sign number 7. You need time alone. Not because you're broken, not because you're antisocial, but because your energy absorbs more than others. You walk through life like a sponge, picking up on feelings, on tension, on undercurrents that most people miss. And if you don't retreat, recharge, you start to drown in it. Alone time isn't a luxury for you, it's survival. Sign number 8. People often ask you for advice, but don't always follow it. They come to you for clarity, for insight, but when you tell them the truth, it's too raw, too honest, because your words don't just skim the surface, they cut through. And sometimes, it's easier to hear soft lies than hard truths. You've seen this pattern over and over. Sign number 9. You can't fake it. You've tried, maybe, to be more normal, to fit in, but it never lasts. You burn out, you shut down, or you feel like you're betraying yourself. Your aura is wired for authenticity, and every time you try to dim your light, something inside you rebels. And here's where it gets even deeper. Jung believed that the more we deny parts of ourselves, the more chaotic our lives become. The more we hide, the more the world reflects back confusion. But when you own your intensity, your depth, your energy, everything starts to align, not because life gets easier, but because you stop wasting energy on pretending. Sign number 10. You sense when people are lying. You may not know the details, but you feel the disconnect, the gap between their words and their energy. And once you feel it, you can't unsee it. Sign number 11. You've always felt like an outsider. Even in a crowd, even among friends, there's a part of you that never fully connects. It's not loneliness, it's more like observation. Like you're watching life unfold while knowing you were meant for something different, something bigger. It's not ego, it's awareness. You see things others miss, patterns, connections, intentions, and it makes you feel both powerful and isolated at the same time. Carl Jung talked about the individuation process, where a person becomes truly themselves, not what society expects. And the beginning of that journey, it always feels like being an outsider, like walking alone, but that's where transformation lives. Sign number 12. You feel things before they happen. You can walk into a room and feel tension without a word being spoken. You know when someone's energy is off, even if they smile. Some call it intuition. Some call it sensitivity. Whatever it is, it's real, and it's tiring, because while others react, you're already carrying the weight of what's coming. And often you're right, but being right doesn't always feel good, does it? Sign number 13. You've been through things most people wouldn't survive. Pain has shaped you, not just sadness or disappointment, but deep, soul-altering pain. And while it could have broken you, it didn't. It made your aura strong, intense, sometimes heavy. People sense that. They see the depth in your eyes, the way you move through the world with a quiet kind of strength, and they don't know why it affects them, but it does. Carl Jung once said, "Only the wounded physician heals." Your pain didn't just make you powerful, it made you able to see others, to hold space for them, to shift them. And that is rare. Now let's pause, because after hearing all this, you might feel seen, or you might feel overwhelmed. Either way, understand this. Your energy is not a problem to be fixed. It's a gift to be understood. Yes, It will disturb others. Yes, it will challenge people. But the ones who matter, they won't run. They'll lean in. They'll grow with you. And here's the truth most people won't tell you. When you carry a powerful aura, life won't be easy, but it will be real. You will lose people. You will face resistance. But you will also find those rare souls who recognize you, who don't just tolerate your energy, but honor it. You've made it this far because something inside you knows it's true. You felt everything we've talked about in your own way. You've lived it. You've carried it. And now, it's time to stop apologizing for it. Because here's the thing. Powerful energy isn't just about being strong. It's about being responsible for that strength. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will like you. But it's not your job to make yourself smaller to fit into spaces that can't hold your light. Protecting your aura doesn't mean hiding it. It means choosing wisely who you share your energy with, where you spend your time, how you allow people to treat you. You've probably noticed by now, being around the wrong people drains you faster than anything else. That's not you being too sensitive. That's you being aware. Listen to that feeling. It's there to guide you. Now let's talk about thriving with this energy, because once you understand how rare it is, you'll start using it, not just carrying it. You'll start seeing that the same intensity that pushes some people away also draws the right ones close. You'll realize that your need for solitude is not weakness. It's where you refuel. You'll accept that your insight, your intuition, your depth is what makes you valuable, not difficult. Carl Jung believed that the most important journey a person can take is the journey inward. He said, "He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakens." You've been looking inside this whole time. That's why you feel things so deeply. That's why you can't live a shallow life. That's why you disturb others. Because you wake them even when you don't mean to. But let me say this. Being awake in a world that sleeps isn't easy. It's heavy. It's lonely at times. But it's also freedom. Because once you stop needing the approval of those who can't handle your truth, you start living for yourself. You start building a life that feels right, not just looks right. And now, before we end this, I want you to sit with a feeling you've had before. A moment where you felt too much, or too different, or too alone. A moment where your energy felt like a burden. Think of it, feel it, and now ask yourself, what if that wasn't a burden? What if that was your power, misunderstood? What if the thing you've been trying to hide is the very thing you were meant to use? Write it down, right now, in the comments. Not for me, for you. Say what this video made you feel. Say what you now see in yourself, and then come back in a few days, read it again, and see what's changed. If you felt this, if this hit something inside, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to understand their own power, someone who's been dimming their light. Let's wake them up too. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Not just to hear more like this, but because every single subscriber helps us grow this space for people like you. People who feel deeply, people who think differently. And remember, we're donating 1 cent for every new subscriber this year to causes you help choose. Your energy isn't just powerful, it's making a real difference. You're not too much. You're exactly enough. And the world, it needs more people like you, not less. So walk into rooms like you were meant to be there, because you are. See you in the next one.